right. Welcome, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Having a good day? So- Send you the TV trailer minute? Alright, sure, yeah, I'll do that after. Okay. Let's get something playing. I think we're using this one last time. Alright. Okay. Bookkeeping wise, I don't think we have anything to do. GB's still working on that other art of Lovi. Everyone's just gonna see the shoulders and up, right? You don't have to do the rest. All right. Yeah. Let's get into our recap. We'll just get going. Okay. So, previously on Three Crowns, I can't do the Silver Song recap every time. So, from now on, we're just gonna be doing Three Crowns recaps. If you want to know what happened in Silver Song, then go watch the previous session. At the very beginning of that session, I do a full recap of the previous season Silver Song. I'm not gonna do it anymore because it would take too long. So if you need that recap, Three Crowns episode 1, that's where it is. So previously on Three Crowns, the party, after reuniting in Stonybrook after traveling around for a little bit on their own, almost immediately set out again for the capital of Middlemere, a city called Eudora. And the reason for their journey was that they were offered the opportunity to attend a trial for joining the Eudoran Kingsguard, a rather lofty position where one would protect the realm. And they were offered this because of recognition for their past deeds in Silver Song. And so, after making their way on the rather quick journey to Eudora, the party did a little bit of exploring, bought a few items, and then eventually rested for the night in order to make their way to the trial. Upon arriving in the morning, they found the Kingsguard barracks were sort of abuzz with energy. All sorts of people kind of lingering about, waiting for the trials to begin. And so the party took their places in the large training yard pen, and after noticing that there was another group much like themselves, rivals if you will, they prepared for the trial. And we ended the session right when the speaker at the front, who hadn't identified himself yet, was about to explain the ins and outs of how the trial is about to go down. So that's where we will return. We'll return right at the beginning of the trial, and we'll get that underway. Tournament time. Shut up, chat. Not a tournament arc. I don't know who planted that little brain parasite in everybody's head, but it's not that. No, it's not going to be like 17 episodes where we just fight. I was the one. No. Last time they said it, and I just was like, haha, yeah, of course. But we're not going to spend 17 episodes just fighting each other.
I mean, we do that anyway. Just
yeah,
from
exactly.
The combat.
Yeah, that's every session anyway. All right. Let's get started. It'd be funny for the first session, and I think everyone would get bored. Alrighty. Yeah, next time on Dragon Ball Z. Or we'll just go the One Piece route and we'll just spoil the next episode in, in the title. Next episode. Find out Gale's fate in the next episode. Gale dies.
That's so accurate.
All right, let's get started.
I feel targeted. Gale dies on the battlefield. That was the One Piece one. All right. So, okay, Roll20's done an update, I think, since we've last played. An interesting one. So, as you all take your places around the training yard, the man on the far side of the little arena fence stands and begins to speak, holding kind of one finger to his throat, which causes his voice to boom out in a loud echo that brings a hush over the crowd. And so as he begins to speak, he asks you all, "Are you ready to begin?" And you all answered, of course, yes, and took your places. And so you see the other two Kingsguard members rise from their own seats and begin to hop the fence and take their places. The man with kind of long white hair in these dark black robes walks in between two groups. And says, "Now then, I shall explain how the trial will be carried out. If you would take your places amongst your group," kind of ushers you all to group up into your members. You see the rival group do so. And so as you take your places, the man with long white hair introduces himself. He says, "I am Anthony Lynch, the king's personal magician. And I am here to officiate over the trials today." Chat wants to see him. "The trials shall be in 4 parts, and you will be participating in teams. The teams you've already separated yourselves into." Motions at the left-hand group and motions at the right-hand group. "For each part of the trial, you will be allowed to pick the participant from your own ranks." You see the other rival group kind of whisper amongst themselves. "I shall now explain each round of the trial. The first round will be the archery competition. So you may pick an archer from your group. The second will be a test of strength. And again, you may pick a single member from your group. The third competition will be taken part in by the 2 members who did not participate in archery or the strength competition. And that round is a mystery You will not be told what it involves until we arrive at it. Understand? Looks at the four of you.
Yeah.
Nod.
Good. The last competition will be a test of combat, with each group pitted against pitted against each other. You may now have a moment to decide amongst yourselves who will participate in each round. You must state it at the very beginning. It takes a couple steps back to allow you guys to deliberate amongst yourselves.
Well, surely this is bait.
We know who's doing these.
What do
Yeah.
you mean?
That's what I mean. Surely
I
this
mean-
is bait.
I know Tips is a meathead, so he's probably gonna do a strength one.
What if the last one's the trick? It's like, oh,
do you
well, the one who uses a bow will do archery, the one who's strong will do strength. And then they'll fuck us over in the last one.
What do you mean? Who does archery? Aside from me, who only very
Exactly.
occasionally-
That's
I'm
what
not.
I'm saying. It's bait. They're tricking
Whatever
us
they
here.
have for the last round, it'll be fine.
We have to. I think Kaj and I should be in the mystery round.
Can Gale shoot a bow?
You
What do you-
shoot you here.
Oh wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that they just said that the third round, the mystery round, is one done by the people who don't do the first two.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not doing archery.
Yeah, so you pick a member for the first round who does archery, a member for the second round who does strength, and then the remaining two who didn't participate in the first two will participate in the third one, and then all four of you together in the last one.
Listen, I don't know if I can. Ruva kind of looks annoyed. I'm not sure I'm great with this bow yet, okay?
Oh no, until you try.
You'll
No,
do fine.
I've been trying.
Yeah, well, try again, because we both know that I'm shite.
None of us are going to be able to do anything with the bow, Ruba. You've got the best chance of anybody. You'll be fine.
Okay, then, all right.
Gil and
Just-
I will handle whatever they send us for that last round.
What if it's if Ruva steps towards Kaj, what if it's concentration, Kaj?
Gil's plenty good at that.
Gale?
Gale's looking
Yeah.
around in the cloud.
Every day Gil goes and jumps out of trees. Like, he's dedicated.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
he's so caught up in
dedication is
his head, he
different from
doesn't.
concentration.
If it's a competition, I'm sure he'll step up. Gil would admit those guys concentrate more than him, right?
That's right.
Yeah, they said
Good.
they could concentrate more than you, Gil. That's crazy.
Can we start
I-
now?
Okay, fine. I guess I'm overruled here.
Shocker.
I mean, I'm of the opinion we should flex the bow one, but I guess we don't really have a choice.
Let's just win.
Forehead.
Alright.
That easy. Just fun.
Just win.
Can't lose if you win.
Exactly. So yeah, as the Magister notices that kind of a hush has fallen over the other group and over your group as you all turn back toward him, he says, "Are you all prepared?" You see the rival group nod.
No.
Nod.
Very well then. Whoever is taking part in the archery challenge, please step forward.
Good luck.
You got this, Ruba.
Ruva begrudgingly steps forward.
Yeah, you see the tiefling from the other group, Lucre, step forward as well. It kind of gives you like a nasty look as he steps forward, Ruva. And as as the two of you walk out in front, you can say it after. You hear the entire crowd kind of erupt into applause. It's not a massive crowd, but everybody's cheering for you.
Ruva smiles sweetly, and Infernal again says, "Best of luck."
See him roll his eyes at you again. Doesn't say anything back. And the Magister looks the two of you over for a moment and then says, "Very well then. Take your places here." And he points toward a spot past right in front of one of the archery targets. And yeah, as you kind of make your way over, he motions for the others to make room. You can all sort of crowd around once they take their spots, but until then. Very well. You shall each be given 4 arrows. You will be judged based on your accuracy, as well as how many arrows were actually on target. You shall fire one after another, taking turns for each arrow. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see Luker kind of pull a bow off of his shoulder. Magister Anthony looks you guys up and down one more time and then goes, "Very well then. Take several paces back first." And he kind of directs you to stand about here. And Luker does as well. And so the target you're going to be aiming at is, of course, that one.
Would you like to go first, Luker?
He just kind of shrugs and says, "You could flip a coin over it."
Sure.
Very well then. Flip a coin. Yeah, so just
I guess-
roll, call it and roll 1d2.
D2. How do I do that?
Just in the chat, you can just type /roll and then 1d2. And just call if you want 1 or 2 first, and if it lands on yours, then you'll get to choose whether you go first or second.
1.
Very well.
Or first.
All right. So Luca gets to choose, and he wants you to go first.
Okay. Ruva readies the bow.
Before you do so, I would like to add to the other 3 members of the party. You can cheat at this. That is something that you can do. You will have to make stealth rolls to do so and not get caught, but that is an option to you. I want to express that.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that you know that I'm not just gonna like completely throw you out the first time you try it.
Should I just roll?
So what you're gonna do for each arrow is you're just going to straight up roll to hit. The target has an AC, and based on how high your roll is against that AC, that'll be your accuracy.
Okay. Well, here it goes. Like that?
Yep, perfect. So you draw back and you fire your first arrow, and lands pretty dead on center target. And you hear kind of a mumbling amongst the crowd. A little smattering of applause behind you. You hear kind of everyone's a little bit impressed. You actually even see Luker kind of raise an eyebrow a little bit. He was pretty confident before, but now he kind of sees that you're pretty skilled.
Your turn.
Very
Well,
well.
we'll get out of the way.
All right. He's got the same modifier as you do to make things fair. So that is a +5. So I'm just going to roll 1d20 and then you guys can add +5, obviously. All right. So he hits the target, but it's not quite as accurate as yours. So you kind of hit dead bullseye, Ruva, and his kind of is forced off to this side, kind of on the innermost white ring. So that's 2 hits, but you're far more accurate so far, Ruva. So fire your next arrow.
Okay. Um,
No, update that. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
sorry.
So you have a +6, so that would be an 18.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. In between rounds, after both of you have fired an arrow, you see the Magister just kind of swipe his hand towards the target, and you see just both of the arrows dissolve into dust
Oh, okay.
to clear the target for your next round. And so you fire again, and you hit about the same kind of ring that that Lucre did last time. Kind of around the white ring, and accurate and a hit for sure, but not quite as accurate as your first shot. Still, everyone is pretty impressed. Lucre winds up to fire his next one, and this time he's the more accurate one.
Mhm.
So he fires another one, and you see all the crowd kind of applaud, and not bad, not bad. You hear mumbles of impressed murmuring.
Hmm. Good job.
The Magister waves his hand once more and goes, "That's half the arrows fired." Looks towards you, Ruva.
I don't feel great about this one.
This time
Oh.
you are just dead center, Ruva. Just an absolute perfect bullseye.
Lucky me.
And you hear everyone kind of roar in applause as the crowd goes wild for your dead eye. You look over at Lucre as he begins to kind of ready another arrow, and you can kind of see him biting down on his lip a little bit frustrated at how good you are. And he fires his third shot. Perhaps that frustration got to him a little bit. He hits the target, but it goes a little wide. Not nearly as accurate as he has been. As he rolls, just a 19 in comparison to your bullseye. And then everyone kind of gives polite applause for Lucre's shot, and then everyone kind of goes quiet as this is both of your last shot. So all eyes are on you, Ruva, as you fire your last arrow. But this one just goes completely wide and hits the hay bale off to the side.
Aw. Dang.
And again, you hear everybody erupt into kind of murmurs. They're not applauding this time, but they're kind of a little bit scandalized. They're all aflutter. And with a little smirk, Lucre draws back his bow and fires his last shot. All right, let's see what he's got. All right, so Ruva rolled a 7 on the last one, just for chat's reference, since the rolls are not on screen. I apologize for that. Ruva rolled a 7, and then Luke rolled a 10, and that will also miss the target.
Oh no.
So Ruva, you hit this hay bale, and he hits that hay bale, and you just kind of hear
Guess we're both
uh,
unlucky.
you hear another kind of eruption of murmuring from the crowd as you hear is this collusion? Are they coordinating together to both miss after such accuracy?
Hmm. Well, that was strange.
And once more, Magister Anthony just kind of waves his hand across the target, and the arrows dissolve. And the crowd kind of continues to murmur as as Anthony kind of makes his way back over to the other Kingsguard members, and you see them all kind of huddle and converse quietly.
Looker, you know you didn't have to miss for me.
You see him kind of bite his lip again and kind of glare at you. Just thought maybe you needed a sporting chance or something like that.
Well, that's awfully decent of you. Riva smiles.
Of course. He kind of still glaring at you, just turns away to go back with his group.
Good job, Riva. Good job.
Pretty
What
good.
did I tell you?
We don't think about that last one. Never happened.
I told you I'm not great with this bow.
You hit most of your shots.
Probably more than I would have hit.
There's something about this bow, though. I don't know what it is quite yet.
Like in a good way?
Maybe. In a, she whispers, roll out sort of way.
Oh, so you're gonna betray us?
No, Tibbs. We all know that the weak link is you. And she smiles.
So the three Kingsguard members take a moment to deliberate, and then they return to their place in front of you all. And a hush falls over the crowd once more as Magister Anthony points one finger to his throat and begins to speak in that louder, booming voice again and says, "Very well, then. The results of the first trial are in. While the number of arrows on target were the same for both teams, one competitor was only slightly more accurate than the other. And he allows a moment for tension to build as the audience all erupts into whispering. And then he points at Luker, who actually had a total of 70 on the dot for his points, whereas Ruva had 68. Really, really close.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And the moment he announces it, you see the audience cheer and applaud. Yeah, both sides of 69. And you see Luker kind of have a smug grin across his face as he looks back towards you, Ruva.
Yeah, Riva smiles, claps, and also does like a short wave. Like she's excited to see him.
He loses kind of his smugness when he sees that it's not really working on you, and he just kind of glowers again. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Chat wanted to see him. And as the audience, their applause dies down, the Magister begins to speak once more and says, "Now then, we will proceed direct on to the second challenge. Would participants from both teams please present themselves?"
All right, Tabor, show 'em what's up.
Okay.
And so you both step forward as the Magister ushers you toward the training dummies on the left side of the arena. Would you take your places in front of the dummies?
Okay.
You see them all kind of just stare blankly at you for a second, Tibber, kind of confused before Lucre suddenly realizes what your joke is, and then he means those ones, and he points at the training dummies.
Sorry. Easily confused.
And so as you all kind of begin to crowd around far side of the arena, let me grab that. There we go. The participants take their places. And let's get a little bit of music. Just so we got some background. It's too quiet before. Magister Anthony explains the next part of the challenge. And he says, for this challenge, you'll be taking part simultaneously. For this challenge, both competitors will be competing to destroy the dummy before them faster than the other. Whoever destroys their dummy first is the victor. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You may use any means available to you to accomplish said task, as long as it is solely you participating and not the aid of your friends. Is that understood?
Yeah.
Very well then. Shall we begin?
I'm ready.
I didn't do this in the map. Pretend that these dummies are identical. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
I don't want you to think that one's easier than the other. They're the same. So you take your places in front of the two dummies. You can see they're kind of made of straw and wood in the interior, but they are lined with armor, helmets, shields, and the like. So they look decently sturdy. And as you two take your places, Magister Anthony kind of raises one hand, ready for to signal you to begin. You see the Dwarven woman, who is your rival for this round. She draws sort of a warhammer and is ready for action. Timber, what do you do?
If we get a second of prep,
Mm-hmm.
I will take out, or I'll put my backpack on the floor, sword on the side, and I'm gonna pull out my tinder box.
Very well. What do you do with it?
Ready to
Just-
light it.
Just ready? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Then, as you take your places, the Magister just kind of with his one hand raised, just lowers it quickly and says, "Begun." And you're both ready to start. And so, you both kind of are going to take your turns at the same time. But we'll let you go first, Tibber, just for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
But for all references, these turns are occurring identically. So same as you would in combat, Tibber, you have everything available to you as in one of your turns of combat.
Sure. So it says tinderbox can be used to light a torch or anything else with abundant exposed fuel, and it takes an action.
Yeah, the straw would be fuel enough.
I was gonna
to
say,
light.
I feel like hay is very flammable, so I'm
Yep,
going to
it would be.
attempt to light it.
Very well. Yeah, so you spend your action lighting the dummy on fire, and you see a little flame kind of begin to spread across part of the straw. As you light the dummy, it begins to kind of consume it.
And I will drop it. Item interaction, pull out my sword. Action surge, and I'm going to hit it.
Very well. Roll to hit.
Not good. Not good start.
Oh yeah, you swing at it, and perhaps you picked up that sword a little too quick because you miss it.
That'll be my turn.
Very well. So the fire at the end of your turn will burn the mannequin for a d4 of damage, added to whatever else you do. And so that'll be 3 damage right off the top. And so Meldred is going to she's just going to do the straightforward strategy, and she's just going to swing her warhammer at it. And she just barely hits it. That was a brutal roll. And she hits it for 7 bludgeoning, which kind of rattles the helmet around and sends a puff of straw into the air. But that's all she can do on this turn. So that'll be the end of her turn, and we'll bring you back to Tibber. Again, both turns are happening simultaneously, but we'll let you go first.
I'm going to swing two-handed.
Very well.
Not good.
13 does hit.
Okay. Oh boy. 6 damage. Do I
Alright.
get the bonus damage on my sword?
Yeah, if you're using that sword.
Then extra 6.
What kind of damage is that?
I honestly don't know. It says on a hit, the weapon deals an extra 1d6 damage of the type dealt by the dragon's breath weapon.
Which would be Lilendil, which would be cold damage.
So cold. So
All right. The cold damage puts out the fire, but you deal an extra 6 damage
fuck.
as a blast of frost, kind of sends a little layer of ice across your dummy. But that'll be still 12 damage in one turn, still pretty good.
That's all I'm doing on this turn.
Very well. Then Meldred goes next, and she is going to swing again, and hit, and deal. This time she deals 9 bludgeoning. And this time she sends like a chunk of the armor flying off into the crowd. Somebody grabs it. And they all kind of cheer from the big hit. You're pretty neck and neck so far, but it's your turn again, Tibber.
I am going to. I don't quite know how this will work, but I'm going to attack. And if I hit, attempt some. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? Never mind. I'm just not gonna make a plan. Okay.
Tibber rolls an 8. And,
I've rolled 2 nat ones, chat.
Yeah, that's a second nat 1. And you swing at your dummy and somehow manage to miss.
Oh god. That's all I can do.
Very well. Then yeah, Meldred will roll one more time. And she does indeed hit once more.
Miss, you little lady.
But she rolls pretty low on her damage dice, so that is just going to be 5.
Fuck.
So her dummy currently looks a little bit more damaged than yours at the end of this kind of double turn here.
Hmm.
She's got kind of dents and chunks missing from the armor. One of the arms is kind of broken and at a bad angle. Yours is pretty damaged, a little burned, a little frozen, but not quite as damaged as hers. So we'll roll back around to your turn, Timber.
Okay, going again.
All right, that's a hit. 25 to hit.
Okay. I would like to use a maneuver to trip attack it if I can try to hit it at the stem and knock it over.
Very well.
It says strength saving throw DC 14.
Yeah, it's not particularly strong, so you succeed.
Okay, so I get an extra D6 from my weapon and another D8 to the damage total. So that's that. It's two-handed always. So 20 damage.
All right.
I'm putting my all into that hit. I'm mad.
All right, yeah, with that single hit, you kind of cleanly swipe this kind of single stick that the dummies sit upon, and just cut it cleanly off as it falls to the ground. And it falling to the ground kind of knocks the helmet clean off, and it rolls across through the fence. And then as it's kind of on the ground there, you follow through with another big slash that you bring down on kind of right on top of it, and just kind of cut open a huge part of its armor and send just little sticks of hay flying all over into the air. The crowd actually just erupts into applause as they see it, as you have now surpassed Meldred's damage. Yours looks significantly more beaten.
Let's go, Miss Lady.
So yeah, next will be Meldred's turn. And she actually does miss.
Let's go
With a 10. She was actually kind of like a bunch of the straw that flew out of yours hit her in the face, and she kind of looked over at you, trying to swipe it away from her eyes, and she just misses her swipe completely and kind of stumbles forward and almost has to like brace herself on the actual dummy to keep her balance.
Let's go.
And so we roll right back around to you, Tibber.
Okay, I'm hitting. I'm swinging. I'm feeling it now.
All right, yeah. So your target is on the ground, so you get advantage to hit it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, it's okay.
25 hits it regardless.
Literally disarming attack. Strength saving throw DC 14. I want to literally diss it of its arm, please.
Yeah, it fails it.
Nice. It's another D8 to damage. And I still gotta roll my sword. Big damn. 23.
Nice.
I'm going sicko mode.
All right.
I'm just furiously cutting at it now. No regard.
Yeah, so you just slash away at the dummy as it's kind of lying there limp on the ground, and just send like little rivets and chunks of metal flying everywhere. Straw is just clouding the air. The sticks all shatter and roll across the ground, and when the dust settles, there is just like barely anything. It's just scraps now remaining. What was once a dummy is no longer identifiable as such. Of course, this is happening at the same time as Meldred, so I'll let her do her last turn. But it's not going to be enough to catch you regardless. She can't actually reach
Miss.
your level.
Just to
she-
rub it in.
She does hit, and she deals another 7 bludgeoning, which kind of knocks the head clean off her dummy, but it's not even close enough. Not even nowhere close to catching you. So, that. As the dust clears and the crowd can see your dummy in pieces, Tibber, they all erupt into applause, and Magister Anthony just kind of, all right, seems we have our victor. And Meldred kind of stops attacking her, trying to catch her
He
breath.
just puts his hands up, sword in one hand, just turning around, basking in it. He loves this.
Yeah, the crowd kind of responds to your showboating and just kind of keeps cheering for you. And eventually the Magister has to kind of, all right then. Hush up now, everyone. And you hear them all kind of grow quiet again.
I'll pick up my backpack and put my tinderbox again.
And so the members rejoin their groups. And
Job
Well done, guys.
Magister Anthony kind of addresses the crowd once more and says, well, I don't think you need me to tell you, but the victor of the second round will be Tibber. And then the crowd cheers once more.
Woo!
And once they've settled back in again, Magister Anthony says, now then, we are ready to begin the third round, the mystery round of the trial. Will the 2 members participating step forward?
Good luck.
Hey, good luck. I believe in you.
Thank you. We got this kill, don't worry.
Sure.
Now then, for the third round of the trial, you see him actually kind of glance at Kaj or Gale, make a perception check. Quick.
I got you.
Yeah, either.
Please save me.
Kaj, you just kind of notice this little glance when he says, "I've been advised." He glances over to the to beyond the fence at this fellow here, who's just kind of leaning against a crate and has been watching the entire time in silence. I've been advised to alter the third round, and so we will do something we've not done before in previous years. The third round, the mystery round, shall be a test to impress the audience. And you hear the audience all kind of murmur and look at each other, all excited about a different sort of competition. You will be granted time to plan amongst yourselves, but when the round begins, you will each have a moment in turn to do whatever you can to impress the audience. It can be a feat of knowledge, strength, wit, magical prowess. The choice is yours. You may discuss with the rest of your group, but only the 2 from each team that stand before me may actually participate in the round. You understand?
Nod.
Sure.
Very well then. Once more, you may have time to deliberate with your team. We shall begin shortly. Make good use of your time.
All right.
And so the two groups huddle up once more, talk amongst themselves.
Orv was like, guys, come here.
Yep.
So, I have a plan. Well, I mean, you need to impress people, right? So do a performance.
Maybe. I'm not much of a performing type. I
No,
mean, I have a
but
lot of flashy things, but
you're
Um,
flashy.
to help you guys out, you can use like spells and anything in your tools and stuff like that. But what I want you guys to do is when you're done deliberating, just pitch what you want to do to me, and I'll interpret it into rules that will make sense. Okay, so just don't feel like you're like hard limited by what the spells say in their exact descriptions. Just pitch what you think you can accomplish with what you have, and I'll interpret it as to whether or not it's reasonable. So go nuts is what I'm saying.
okay.
I mean, we can't rely on looks. You both are very pretty, but they have a bunny girl. You don't win.
Well,
Yeah, it's a hard matchup.
I was just gonna say, I have a disguise potion. If Gale takes a disguise potion, pretends to be me, I pretend to be Gale.
We
I
can have
can-
a bunny girl.
Oh, I was just gonna say,
That's-
I can perform while Kaj does fire tricks.
Gil, you don't want to perform?
Why wouldn't I want to perform?
See? Let's give him a
I
shot.
thought this was like combat stuff.
Sure, same. What if
Well, next round we've got the 4v4, right? So we can just save that until then.
gosh, what if we do a magic trick?
What kind of magic you thinking of?
We hide you behind a sheet or something, and then you do your little thing where you turn into animals, and I'll toss you in the air, with levitate and let you just kind of fly, so you'll be something that can't normally fly, and then that's as far as I've got to.
Okay, so you want to toss me into the air.
Turning into a cute animal is a good thing.
An
You should
animal that can fly. Okay.
cat with wings.
What if we called City too? Can you hide me behind something and then I can call City while I'm in there? And we can both pop out of it? So they don't know who is who. Obviously, they're going to think I'm City because City's like, you know, flashy.
Mm,
But then
Pepper.
I'll be, once I change out of whatever I am, I can shoot down something flashy.
yeah, and I can always keep you up in the air if you need to with levitate. Let you slowly fall down.
Okay.
Do you guys need like a big sheet or something? Because I probably have one in my bag.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably do like a sheet, and then yeah.
I have some
Should we
leftover
close?
weapons.
What should I transform into that's not supposed to fly?
Do a
I
cat
mean-
skin.
The cat's pretty, I'm pretty used to that, so that'll be really easy.
What's the cutest thing you can transform into?
A snake.
A snake? It's probably the cat.
Probably the only thing cuter than a bunny girl is a bunny.
A bunny.
I say we just transform into a bunny girl and then make her
Okay.
fly.
I can be a bunny.
Mm. The
Uh,
cat.
Oh, I could also make you invisible.
What else are you gonna do on the ground? Can you do anything else on the ground? So what I'm thinking is you throw me up into the air. I have City, and then I can make a ball of fire, and we can kind of rotate around.
I could go invisible and then appear on the other side and catch you,
Wait,
or
can
act
I
like
do
I'm
that?
catching you.
No, I can't do both at the same time. That's not going to be possible. No, no, no.
Can you? call your friend, then transform, and then have both?
No.
I don't know how magic works.
No, sometimes I don't either.
Hmm. Well,
What if you just make
What
theirs
other-
look bad?
Fancy things do you know, Gil? You got anything flashy?
So I can make a fire. I've got my little hand friend. I can do little simple things like clean dirt off of your body or make you dry. I can freeze people, not like ice freeze, but make them stop. I can move really, really fast.
Why don't you levitate yourself then and move around in the air?
What?
You could probably go
Sure.
faster than I could. That makes
Uh,
sense sitting up there with you.
well, I don't know if I can go. I guess I could try. I never tried to go fast while floating. Could try and have like an aerial show with them.
Okay. And while you guys are up in the air, I can change the color of the fire.
Oh.
So once you guys
Okay.
are ready, you can pitch the idea to me.
All right, so how do we
Sweet.
get you in the air, Gil?
Huh?
How do we get you in the air? Do you do it to yourself or?
Yeah, I can do it. I'll do
Okay.
something fun and jump in the air.
Okay, so I'll let you. You can kind of wing it when you're up in the area. You can do whatever, and we can just kind of on the fly figure that out.
Okay, sure.
So for my part of it, what I want to do is once Gale goes into the air, I want to summon City, and I also want to make a flaming sphere. I don't want to have them rotate around Gale as he's going around doing whatever he's doing.
That
And
sounds
If
reasonable.
I could use Damatoshi as well, I'd like to rotate the colors of the flaming sphere.
Okay. Yeah.
And-
When you do that, I'll have you make like an Arcana check to see how well you can balance it all together. How's
Okay,
that sound?
sounds good.
If one of them has to drop because you fail the Arcana, which one would you want to not happen?
The changing colors probably.
Fair enough. That's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure. All right. Then if you guys are ready, then we can begin.
All good, Gale?
Ready as I'm gonna be.
hey,
All right.
guys, why don't you also incorporate how we saved everyone from Silvervein?
I already know.
What's next? You
Yeah,
want me to
let's just,
breathe
like,
ice?
Tell them about it.
I'm just saying. I
Sweet
mean,
Mary.
that was kind of a big deal.
Do you have
How-
an idea of how to do it, or just that it should happen?
I don't know what you
No,
want
no,
us to do.
Peppermint, I'm just saying. Like, it's a very good plan.
Oh yeah, it's a great plan. In fact, you should sing because that's a part of the adventure.
I'm sure that's why we're here, actually.
Actually, I can't. Remember? Only you two can perform.
We're performing, but you're setting the
All
scene.
right, let's save
Only
the
the
spice for
two
next round,
involved
guys.
can
It's
be
okay.
Well, I tried conscience.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
So when you're ready, you kind of step back forward, and you see the other two from your rival group step forward as well. And Magister Anthony says, "Very well then. We shall be enacting these in turn. Would either group like to volunteer to go first?"
I'm gonna motion for them to go first. Kind of like, go ahead.
Yeah, Sunrise is just kind of like eagerly raising her hand. She's like, "Oh, we'll go first. That sounds fun."
There we go.
Anders, who is like kind of like quiet and a little bit shy, he just kind of looks a little annoyed that she volunteered to go first, and that he's being dragged along with it.
Best of luck, you two.
Anthony kind of nods and goes, "All right, very well then. If you'll take your place at the center, and if the other members would clear the way for the stage." So everybody kind of makes their way to the outside of the arena just to be very obviously uninvolved, including you two.
Hey, get out the center! Boo!
And so a hush once more falls over the crowd as they ready their little performance. You see each of them kind of pull arcane focuses out of their bag. Both of them clearly spellcasters. And then Sunrise sort of steps out of the way to allow Anders to begin to chant something. He chants it low under his breath so that no one can just quite hear what he's saying. But after a moment, he raises this kind of wooden staff above his head. And as he does, you see a ball of water begin to form in the air. And it grows slowly and slowly, just kind of morphing and changing in the air. And then finally, with one swift motion, he points the staff right at it, and it bursts into a massive fountain of water in the air. And you hear the crowd kind of all gasp and cheer as the fountain shines and sparkles above them. And then quickly, Anders just steps out of the way, and Sunrise steps under it, and she just raises one of her hands. You see a little symbol on her palm glow, and then magic emits from her palm, and she freezes the fountain solid with ice. And so all throughout the arena, you see this massive frozen fountain now kind of solidified into a large ice sculpture that twinkles and gleams in the sunlight like diamond. And as the water hardens into ice, you hear the crowd all kind of ooh and ah at it, and then burst into applause once more. And you see both of them kind of step back and allow the sculpture to take the front and center of the stage. And then both of them just sort of bow to the audience. And then Sunrise sort of releases the magic, and the water just sloshes to the ground into puddles. And the crowd continues to cheer for a little bit. And then Sunrise and Anders step off the stage. And Magister Anthony says, very well, well done. Quite a show. Now then, for our other competitors. And he looks across at Gale and Kosh.
Okay, you ready to go?
Yeah, sure.
All right, just take flight whenever, and I'll follow up.
Yeah, as you guys kind of begin to make your way towards the center, you notice that all the ground has been made into mud. And so you kind of get mud on your shoes for a moment. And then Magister Anthony just kind of notices that and just goes, my apologies. And he just swipes one hand across, and it's dirt again.
Oh.
Thank you.
The stage is set for you two. You may begin when you're ready.
I'm gonna be a little obnoxious.
Okay. Thanks for the heads up.
Gale is going to sprint this direction towards Sunrise, and then when he gets to here, he's gonna like jump on the beams and take in a big breath and try and do a backflip as he's going off of the beam. And when he does, he's going to cast Levitate and summon his sword. And
just rocket off into the air. Just kind of keep flipping. Gale?
Uh-oh. He missed the jump.
Uh-oh.
He hit his head.
Unfortunate
heard
timing.
I heard what sounded like a creaky door, so maybe he's talking to somebody. So while Gale's doing this little acrobatics, what are you doing in the center of the arena, Kosh?
I'm kind of motioning my hand towards Gale and gathering up fire, getting ready to cast a flame sphere. I'll probably snap City in right now too.
Very well. Yeah, I think you still have the ability to do that, but
Yeah, I could.
yeah, you can just drag him in. Perfect. I'll just make him proper size. Gale, are you still with us?
Oh, sorry, my internet pooped on me for a second.
Yeah, I figured something like that happened. I thought it was me for a second, to be honest. I was like, all right, so Kaj is kind of motioning to you, Gale, as you do backflips through the air, now levitating. As soon as you kind of take off and begin to levitate, and when you summon the sword in, you hear kind of everybody in the crowd go, ooh, ah, and all kind of begin to murmur like, did you see that? He can fly. And so as you spin through the air and finally reach where Kaj is, what do you guys do next?
That's where I'll summon the flaming sphere, like probably a little ahead of him, so he has time to like get around it, and then I want to make it follow him around as well as City. If I can, I want to try and kind of rotate it around him as he's going around.
Very well. I think you can move it now.
Can.
Is it possible to make myself float faster with oh wait, they're both concentration.
What were you gonna try to use?
Try and go faster, like move faster in the air with expeditious retreat.
They're both concentration for this one time only, since you're performing in front of an audience and everything is on the line. I'll let you make it like an Arcana to attempt it.
Okay.
This won't be like a regular thing you can do, but since it's a special occasion, I'll let you try it. Since Gale's doing, or Kaj is doing stuff at the same time as well, I'll let you do stuff at the same time.
Don't screw me, dice.
All right, very well.
Go.
Then yeah, you can do what you want with Expeditious Retreat.
Oh. So I just kind of like continue to move through the air and go around the field. I change from going to somersaults and just kind of do general acrobatics in the air, going around, trying to follow the path that he's making with the fling sphere as it follows me.
Very well. And what do you have Sooty do, Kaj?
Let's let City get fancy with Gale. Kind of like going around his little acrobatics thing, maybe like grabbing onto his back sometimes and kind of moving around with him.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so you guys do kind of this aerial show with a giant flaming ball, and Gale kind of doing somersaults and flips and twists and stuff like that, and Sooty kind of arcing around him and doing his own little acrobatics. And the crowd seems pretty like affixed to watching you. They're all in a bit of a trance watching the ball of light spin around and Gale do acrobatics in the air. They're all quite impressed with the flaming owl that's just suddenly appeared. That's probably something that none of them have seen before. And so they're all kind of like almost dead silent. They're not even like whispering to each other. They're all just transfixed with your little performance. And so how do you want to end it?
I got an idea to pitch to you, Gale.
Go for it, buddy.
What if I have City use fiery teleportation to like flash you into the middle of the whole place, and then that's when I can try and change the color of the sphere.
Oh yeah. Do that, and then I'll try and push the fire out and just make it spread everywhere.
Okay, what color do you want it? If I can do it.
Purple, like you,
Purple?
buddy.
Okay. That's the plan.
So as we kind of like maneuver away back towards the center, he does this little fiery teleport, and going in the sphere, right? Is that what you're doing?
You probably want to go. I'll put the sphere above you, actually, so everybody can see you, and then the sphere above you.
Okay.
Very well.
So-
And Kaj, you want to try to change the color of the orb as it kind of disperses?
Yeah. I'll try
Okay,
to change
then-
it to purple.
Then you roll your Arcana to see if you can have that happen.
Yeah, look at that, buddy.
Double 21s from both of them. They both succeed on pushing the very limits of their magical abilities. And as that sphere kind of appears above Gale's head, it begins to shift to what colors, Kaj? What kind of colors do you make it change to?
To purple.
Very well. Fits the
Yeah.
theme quite well. And then you guys have it disperse? Is that what you want to do?
I'll throw my hand up with the ring of the ram, and I will use one of the charges and jet it into the fire to make it just kind of spread out.
Very well. Yeah, you use one of the charges, and the spectral ram just kind of explodes the ball of flame and sends all of this colorful light everywhere. The crowd all kind of gasps as they see it. And what's the very tail end of your performance there? How do you get back to the ground, Gale?
Was the teleport putting me on the ground, or was I in the air?
I wasn't sure. I wanted to clarify that.
Did you want to be in the air below it when you did that, or no?
I don't know.
Actually, yeah, we'll just have you land then. We'll have you land when we did that, and then
Very well.
Person there.
I'll just call City down to land on my arm or something.
All right, yeah, so you land down here, and the ball of flame turns purple and disperses across the crowd. Kind of high above them, it's not enough to hurt anybody. Though they do get a bit of the heat. And everyone kind of feels that wave of heat as it disperses. And then there's like a moment of silence as you guys kind of stand there in your final little poses. And then everybody just erupts into cheers. The crowd goes absolutely wild.
Well done, buddy.
Gale bows, like ridiculously low. Just oh, you two, gosh, that was fun. Ooh.
Yeah, they
That
all
was fun, actually.
continue. They all continue to cheer for quite some time before the Magister has to eventually quiet them again. And then he ushers the other two back to the stage. You can keep City out if you want, Kaj.
Okay. Yep.
And so as you take your places back at the center of the stage, Magister Anthony says, "Well then, the third trial was a test to impress the audience, and so the decision shall be made by the audience." And he raises one hand and points it towards Sunrise and Anders. And you hear pretty loud cheers as the crowd applauds. And then he lowers his hand and they go quiet again. And then he angles his hand instead towards you, Gale, Kaj, and Sooty as well. And the crowd just goes absolutely wild, just deafening roars. Clearly louder than for the rival group. And Magister Anthony says, "Well, there you have it. We have our victors, Gale and Kaj." And they cheer again for quite some time.
Okay, I'm gonna bow with City on my arm towards both sides. Good job, Cal. I'm glad you didn't fall. That would have been weird.
Yeah, that would have been pretty awkward. Yeah.
That backflip.
Yeah, did you like that? I learned that
Yeah.
from jumping on trees and falling.
Very well, then. That brings us to the last part of the trial. The test of combat. If all of our competitors would take the stage. He motions back to the two on each side behind to join us. Now then, there are a few rules to the test of combat that I must enforce. Make sure that you all understand before we begin.
Now, as described, the test of combat will see both teams locked in combat, all 4 members participating at once. You will each take one side of the arena, and when I announce begin, that is when the battle will start. You are permitted to use whatever means you have on you, including magic and all forms of weapons. But there is one rule. If you are knocked unconscious and incapacitated to the ground, you are not permitted to return to the battle. You'll be removed from the fight for our medical team to look after you. He gestures towards the knight, wearing a combination of armor and medical gown on the far side. You may use healing magic while your companions are up and awake, but once they fall, they will be removed from battle. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Gil nods.
Yeah, so in other words, you can use healing magic during the fight, but if somebody hits 0 hit points, they will be removed to be healed. And so you can't bring them back. You can't wake them back up again. Same applies for the other team. So basically, it's one and done. If you go down, you stay down. Very well then. If that is understood, then I would have you each take your sides.
Do we get a short rest?
Nope.
Hmm.
Any spells we use, we count as lost, right?
What's that?
Any spells that we use, we count as being used.
Yeah. Yeah, the trial is a cumulative thing, so anything you use to do better in the other parts of the trial will be obviously removed from your last bit of the trial.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, so basically behind this line, I'll draw a line for you guys. You stand behind this. Oops, sorry. Behind this line here. Anywhere behind that line, and I'll go move them to be behind it as well. Very well then. If we're all ready, he looks to this group. They all nod. They're all kind of holding their weapons and focuses. And then he looks to your group.
Not
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Very well then. He raises both arms and lowers them simultaneously, his voice booming out loud. Begin! So make initiative roll. I forgot about the 15.12. 6.16.
Yeah.
You decimal point roll.
Rude, rude. Mine's higher than Tibbs's.
Well, we go generally by alphabetical anyway, so you'd be going after with 0 anyway,
Right.
Aw.
even if the
But-
decimal points weren't involved.
What if it's Ruva?
Unfortunately, it's whatever's on your character sheet, so.
No. I knew my love of fancy letters would screw me over one day.
All right. Now then, First to act will be. Oh, they actually they actually rolled identical numbers too. They're just like you guys. They tied in their numbers too. So they'll be doing alphabetical stuff as well. All right, first act is Kaj.
Okay. So I'm gonna like look around me for a second. Remember, everybody, we're all meant to be here. If you need help, you just let me know. And I'm gonna cast a second level bless on all of us.
Very well.
Then I'm gonna move forward, like right here, and then I'm gonna bonus action just have City join me.
Okay. I think you can still control. Good. Perfect. All right. So yeah, you see kind of a golden light kind of emit across all your party members. You all feel a little more confident. Does the bless proc on City too? How much you can gather?
I think it's only my rolls, and he's just like he has his own turn, yeah. So I think it'd be separate.
Yeah. Do you have enough? How many do you?
I only do 4 for a second level.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Okay, so if that's the end of your turn, yeah, or Kaj,
Yep, that's it.
very well. Then next to act will be Luker from the other group. So let me do a little measuring. Let's move over here. And then he's just gonna draw an arrow and take aim at Kaj. And he looses the arrow, and it's been a while since I've seen you guys AC. Okay. I completely forgot that bit from last session. That's going to hit you, Kaj, for. Oops, wrong dice. It's going to hit you for 8 piercing.
Okay. Take and then con save, yeah.
Yes. As long, yeah, you're
Okay.
concentrating, right?
Yep. Bliss.
There you go. That'll help me remember.
I don't even move.
Yeah. So that stays. Bless stays. Yeah, you don't even wince in pain. You just take that arrow to the shoulder and ignore it.
I just turn my head and look at him when he does it.
All right, that'll be the end of his turn. Which will bring us to also tied at that initiative count is Sunrise. Sunrise Silvertail. She's gonna move a little bit forward too. Actually, how far does she get? Let's do some measure. Very well, very well. Just gonna move right here. And she raises one of her hands and just emits a beam of bright sunlight straight across the arena in a line. So make a con save, Ruva.
All right, that'll be a failure. So as the beam of direct sunlight hits you, it just kind of goes
Oh.
right in your eyes, and it blinds you.
Annoying.
That'll do. Actually, I probably have a better blind than that. Surely I do. I don't know. That'll work. Oh no,
Just
this
having,
is
like,
this is the
all
one.
of the-
That's the one I missed. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, you're blinded, but as you feel that that kind of radiant light hits you, it does actually also heal you for 1 hit point.
Hmm.
As the light that blinds you does actually feel quite nice across your face.
Thank you.
And that'll bring us to Tiber's turn.
I'm going to action dash
Very well.
here. Yeah, 10 more feet. That's it.
All right. Yeah, you charge straight towards. You're aiming at Luker.
Sure, maybe.
Very well. Then that'll bring us to Ruva's turn.
Okay, so River's blind. Ha ha ha. Okay, that hurts for ranged. I guess she's gonna move. Here. That's 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then. Oh, she's at 40. Okay. I guess they're gonna try and shoot at Sunrise anyways
With what?
with their bow at disadvantage.
Yeah, that'll be disadvantage, but you can shoot anyway.
Disadvantage. Okay, there we go.
All right. Well, you do hit regardless, so roll damage.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, she's not wearing
Cool.
armor. She's a spellcaster. So there won't be
sneak
sneak
yet, no-
attack, so just 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, the arrow kind of grazes her shoulder, and so the damage is taken, and so she'll have to roll concentration to keep your blinding on, which she succeeds on, so you're still blind.
Okay.
Anything else, Ruva?
No. That's it.
Very well. Then that'll bring us to Meldred, who's going to just like Tibber action dash forward. That's all she can do. Which will bring us to Anders. Who's going to kind of move up to about here. And let's see. Yeah, he's going to cast Bark's Skin on Sunrise. And so her AC skyrockets.
as you see a layer of bark kind of form armor across her. And that'll be the end of his turn. Which brings us to Gale's turn.
Perfect. So far away. I'm going to summon the sword, pull out the shield, and then I will cast Dark Blessing, and the shadows will move around my body as I gain temp HP.
Very well.
And then that's my turn.
Very well. That'll bring us back to the top of the turn order.
Okay.
So Kaz, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to move up a little bit. And then I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt on Anders.
Very well.
Can I roll my bless with that if I need it?
Yes, you do. You should roll it. All right, with bless, you rolled a 13, which just that meets beats his AC.
Let's go.
So roll your damage.
Yes.
I think it's rolled right there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is
14
perfect.
right?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so the radiant light just arcs right across the arena and slams into him. He clearly wasn't expecting that. Knocks him off balance. And he'll roll to concentrate on Barkskin, which he keeps up.
Damn. Okay. And then for a bonus action, I want City to fly 10 feet up and then 20 feet towards Tibbs.
Very well.
And then I'll command him to shoot his flame seed over at Mildred.
All right.
It uses my spell modifier, so I'll just roll like a produce flame or something.
Yeah, go for it.
Oof.
All right, that won't hit her, so it kind of goes a little wide.
Too much dance in City, sorry.
Yeah, he's in dance mode. Yeah, so the bolt of flame just kind of misses, arcs right past her, and does not deal any damage. Is that the end of your turn?
That's it.
Very well. Then, at the end of your turn, the other team is going to use a legendary action.
What?
What?
A legendary action called Teamwork.
Oh.
And so they're gonna just kind of, two of them are allowed to intersperse themselves as long as they work together on said tactic. So they are going to first summon what looks to be sort of a giant tidal wave across the arena, right here. And Anders kind of raises his hands to form that giant tidal wave, and then Sunrise freezes it solid and creates a wall. Just give me a moment. And so in a couple seconds, a wall of water and then a wall of ice form right in front of you, Kaj, and right behind you, Gale. It's about 20-ish feet up, so it cuts the two of you off. You can no longer see each other. But that's the legendary action. Which brings us next in the turn order to Luker. And Luker is going to Let me see. Let me see. Oops. That's not the right thing. He's going to move. He's going to move. He's going to move right here, making sure to avoid Tibbs. And then he's going to Misty Step to the top of the ice wall. And then use his last 5 feet to hop down. And then he's just going to shoot another arrow at Kosh. Which will also hit you.
Okay.
And Kosh, that will deal another 6 piercing.
6?
Yep.
Okay. There you go, save. Not good. More bless. I don't think bless saving anything yet.
Alright. Yeah, that was your concentration save there. Sorry, I was looking at something
Yeah.
else.
No, no.
Yeah, that will make bless go away.
Fuck.
So just give me a moment to get rid of that. And that'll be the end of his turn. Which will bring us to Sunrise's turn. And she is going to cast her own little version of Magic Missile.
Oh, we just get to make up spells now.
Yes, because if you guys fought just another group of 4, it wouldn't be
Yeah.
very fun. If they had actual character sheets, it would be not a fun fight. So they're
Just
using
making fun of these nerds.
they're using monster rules. They have stat blocks instead to make it more interesting. They can be outside the box a little bit. So she's gonna cast Missiles of Warmth and Cold.
Hmm.
And so she's going to upcast that so that there are 4 missiles. And she's going to fire 2 of them. The cold missiles arc straight at Ruva. And the warmth missiles go straight at Anders. And so, obviously it's magic missiles, so it doesn't need to roll to hit. So the ones hitting Ruva are going to be a total of 6 cold damage against Ruva.
Pick on the blind one.
And then likewise, she's going to the 2 missiles that hit Anders are going to heal him for 7. And so he's looking a lot more healthy now. That's all she can do though. So that'll bring us to Tibbs.
All right, I am going to take an AOP and run straight up at these kids.
Very well. Yeah, Mildred will swing at you. Yeah, that's gonna beat your AC with a 21. So she's gonna deal. Check what her damage dice is. Oh, 1. Okay. She's gonna deal you 10 bludgeoning
Okay.
as she swings and kind of smashes you across the back with her warhammer. But of course, she doesn't stop you from moving, so you continue to run.
And I believe he has advantage because of guiding bolt.
Yes.
So I'm gonna swing on him. And thank God for it.
Very well, go for it.
And then it's always two-handed, so 7 damage with an extra 5 cold.
All right. 7 plus 5. Damage
And
dealt. Yeah, he looks pretty bloody now. He took quite a hit from that. He'll roll to concentrate on his spark scan, which he fails, so it drops.
all right, that'll be
So
my turn.
Her AC is back to normal. Then, if that's the end of your turn, that will bring us to Ruva's turn. Ruva, you're still blinded. You didn't see the wall of ice appear, but you heard something happen behind you, and you kind of have that sense of something's going on behind you.
Yeah, and then I should be aware. Whoops! I should be aware that there's something weird going on right there too.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. Well,
Yeah, that's fair.
last she saw, sunrise was in front of her, so she's just gonna keep going forward till she feels a body, and then she's just like, guys, where are you right now?
In front of you.
Behind you, sorta.
Okay, where's Kaj?
Behind
He's a-
you, behind a wall.
Good.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine. Just go forward. It's fine.
Shoot straight or run straight.
I'm gonna shoot straight. She's going to attempt. Well, since she knows where the person is,
It's still firing a bow, so it's still disadvantage. Still difficult to do. It's your daggers that let you see clearly when you're blinded, but your bow is a different weapon.
yeah. Okay, all right, okay. So disadvantage. Unless I can get there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I can't. Damn it.
Was that your disadvantage roll?
Yeah.
Well,
Damn it.
I mean, yeah, damn, that 25
That's
and a
why,
26.
that's why I was like, damn it, seriously, right now?
Yeah, that'll hit regardless then.
Okay, so.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Do you get your sneak attack because Tibbs is beside her?
yep. And then, because it's a hit, with sneak attack, she's gonna use Wails from the Grave
Fair enough.
on Anders.
All right. Anders
And,
takes that additional 5 then,
Yep, that'll be the
as
turn.
a wail is emitted. I rolled to keep her con, and she succeeded, so you're still blind, unfortunately.
Okay.
But she took quite a bit of damage from that, and both her and Anders look pretty battered.
Yep.
So that's the end of your
That's-
turn.
Yep.
Then that'll bring us to. Let's see. That'll bring us to Mildred. What was he do? All right. She's going to. She's gonna rush Ruva.
pick on the blind one.
Well, that's what it's there for.
The power of friendship.
I mean, yeah, that is a 1-2 combo. Blind the person and then beat on them.
Yeah.
You guys
I
acting
would
like
do
you
it
wouldn't
too.
just do the exact
No, I would literally do it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As if you guys wouldn't do the exact same thing. All right. So that'll hit with her advantage, and she's gonna deal. Actually, perhaps you want to do something else instead. Well, I mean after that. No, she's still gonna deal like that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. All right. So that's going to be first 8 bludgeoning as she slams you with her warhammer, and then her warhammer begins to glow. She's gonna divine smite you.
Wrecked.
So that is going to deal an extra. An extra 7 on top of that of radiant damage, as you feel your skin kind of burned from the radiant light. And that's the end of her turn, which will bring us to Anders. Who is just going to cure wounds himself. To heal himself for 9 hit points. And that'll be all, so that'll be Gale's turn.
Cause you need help?
No, I'm all good. Unless they have something else fancy in their pocket.
Oh.
Just hit one of them. We should be okay.
All right. I can't go very far. We'll run up behind Mildred, and then what to do? What to do? We're we'll just swing at her. Forget about it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
I
24
can't
hits?
hit. 11 damage because I'm one-handed.
Very well.
Where's your other hand?
I'm holding the shield, okay? I'm fragile.
Yeah, you slash at her back and you find kind of a weak point in the armor and open up a bloody wound.
Hey, don't pick on the blind, will you?
She actually looks like a little bit apologetic about it. Ruva couldn't see it, but she's like, it's not nice, but it is just strategy.
Oh, that's a good point. I
A
guess I did
terrible
the same.
strategy.
Oh, hey,
Ow.
hey, Ruva, don't walk straight this time.
Oh, I can clearly tell someone's in front of me and they're not nice.
Yeah, the Warhammer made a bit of an impression.
A literal impression.
Yeah, Ruva's just got a dent in her head.
Just thought I'd say. All right, that's my turn.
Very well. Then that rolls us right around to Kaj. So Kaj, you've been kind of cut off on the other side. You can still issue commands to City, of course, but there's a big wall in front of you, and separates you and Lucre from the others. What do you do?
I'm gonna make a point not to look at Lucre at all. I'm gonna ignore him. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action call City over to teleport me to the top of the wall.
Fair enough.
Nice. All right, yeah. So we'd end up just right up top next to me.
right.
Does that
Oh,
work?
yeah, then let me send that to the back. You're standing up on top of the wall. That does work.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of hear Luker just, bastard. He can teleport too.
When we teleport, it does do fire damage, so I don't know if that does anything to the wall, but I can. move it
Yeah,
if you
it
want.
kind of melts a bit of the section that you're standing on, kind of around you. Not
Okay.
enough to destroy the wall, but it melted a bit.
Cool. And I think because City moves after me, I don't have any movement left, right? I have to stay here.
Fair enough, yeah.
Okay. And that'll be it then.
Alrighty. Then that'll bring us to Luker's turn, who just kind of still cursing under his breath is just, well, that throws the whole strategy out of whack. And then he is going to, let's see what he can do.
Feebly try and climb up the wall.
No, he's just going to Misty Step again.
Oh,
He kind of Misty Steps behind you, Kaj. He literally teleports behind you.
Okay.
And he pulls out daggers that he's going to stab you with.
Stabby stab.
Attempt.
He's going to attempt, for sure. Kaj is what, 14 AC? What's your modifier? Okay. Haven't used that. 16 is going to hit you.
Fuck.
So he hits you for this first dagger. He's got kind of 2 in his hand. Hits you with the first one, which is going to deal 6 piercing as he stabs you,
Okay.
as well as an additional 2 poison damage.
Okay.
And then he's going to swing at you with the second one, which he is going to miss. That's the end of his
All
turn.
right. Taken.
So that'll bring us to Sunrise.
Sunrise, can you blind me again? I think I'm starting to see.
She's a little bit focused on the fact that Tiver's now kind of towering over both of them.
Hello.
So she is going to cast a touch spell on YouTube,
Okay.
so that she doesn't have a disadvantage on anything. It's actually going to force a dex save for you, so roll that for me.
Oh, she touches you.
This'll go well.
That is just shy. You had to beat a 15.
Told you.
So that is going to, as she kind of touches the shoulder of your armor, you feel ice kind of spread down your body, and it freezes your legs to the ground.
Okay.
And then she's going to step back, so you can still swing at her. She hasn't frozen your whole body. She can just freeze your legs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Go for it. Yeah, that'll hit.
I would like to attempt to trip her. Strength saving throw DC 14.
Fair enough. Okay, go for it. Yeah, sorry. Strength, you said?
Strength saving throw, yes.
She rolled a 16, so she'll
Of
manage
course
to stay
she
on her feet.
did. Still get the extra damage.
Still get the extra.
So keep messing up that. Let's go. So 19 damage.
Ooh. All right. Then yeah, she takes a step back to kind of get away from you. And you slice her up good as she's stepping away from you. And now she looks very badly wounded. And that's about all she can do. That'll bring us to your turn, Tibbs.
I'm going to swing at Anders, so I assume I can't move.
Correct. Uh, 15 hits.
Extra damage. Rolling well on those extra dice.
Indeed.
Let's go.
Big old swing.
All right. Yeah, that will be. You slash Anders across the chest, and he collapses. Almost the second he touches the ground, kind of covered in blood. Those who are closest, I'd say Sunrise can see it, and Gale can see it. Ruva not so much. And Mel just focused on Ruva. So Gale and Sunrise see Anthony like just kind of snap his fingers, and the second that it happens, Anders disappears. And he reappears over here in the medical tent.
That'll be my turn.
Very well. And that'll bring us to Ruva's turn.
Can like sweep the leg as a movement thing?
Um,
Or is that
Without-
an action?
yeah, without like abilities to do that, because it's kind of like fighters have some
That's
interesting
my whole
things to kind
thing.
of, yeah, to kind of do stuff
I'm
like
trying
that.
to take my whole flow.
So since that's kind of
Okay,
like
okay,
that's specific
alright.
mechanical things for them, I would say no. Of course, like,
Alright, no, that makes sense.
grapple options exist and all that, but that's not particularly your forte.
No, okay, yeah.
But yeah,
very
since
small
like
shit,
actual
okay.
rules exist to do that, then I would say that no, that's not like something we can just ad lib.
Beat her
Okay.
ass.
Alright, well then. Ruva's gonna just drop the boat, grab the daggers, and go for it. Oh, can she reach out, touch her, pat her on the shoulder, and then go for it?
Yeah, sure.
Just to make sure she... so that she knows that it's the person she's at.
Yeah, you pat her on the shoulder and you just kind of get clank clank of armor.
Yeah.
But she's pretty short, so she's pretty much that height anyway. You wouldn't have to reach up to pat the shoulder. She's the dwarf.
Okay, yeah. It's not gonna be... Okay, it's not gonna be disadvantage anymore, right?
If you're using the daggers, no.
Yeah, okay. So, it's one dagger.
That'll just clank
Okay.
helplessly off her armor.
Yep. Second dagger.
Yeah, that one was just miss entirely. With a
Oh,
7.
and she's just gonna say, "See, my heart's just not in this." And I guess.
You actually you hear Meldred just kind of sigh. Yes, I don't want to hurt you all, but it's just part of the competition. So don't feel too bad.
Yeah, and that's the end of Ruva's turn.
Fair enough. Then I'll just bring her straight to Meldred's turn. We'll see if she's as kind to you. Yeah, I think she's just gonna keep doing what she's doing. This is gonna be just another swing at Ruva. Which Ruva's 14 AC, so that will hit. She's not gonna smite this time, but she's just gonna swing it normally. But she still has the damage to take you out. What do you got? 6? 7? 6?
6, yep.
6? All right. Well, then she does have the ability to take you out with this hit. So,
Yep.
see what she rolls. All right, she rolled an 8.
Okay, there we go.
Well, she
Damage
rolled 8
too.
damage.
Yep.
And so she just kind of, you hear kind of apologize under her breath after you had that little exchange, and then she just clubs you over the head, and you feel yourself lose consciousness. And Gale, you watch this happen, but Ruva just disappears and is teleported over to the medical tent.
Oh,
And Deadpool was correct. Ruva down.
And Ruva, you are sort of like your unconsciousness is almost like you just blinked. Like you go unconscious, are teleported out, and then the healer here is just like lay on hands, so she just wakes you up immediately. And so
Nice.
1 second you're standing there, right in front of Mildred, and the next second you are fully healed, awake, unblinded, and just lying on the ground in the medical tent. So it's almost as if you just instantly teleported there. So you now can watch properly from the sidelines.
Mhm.
That'll be all Mildred can do, which will bring us to Anders, who is already out, so he can't participate. And that'll pass us right on to Gale.
Woo! All right. So, question.
Hmm?
To use Ring of the Ram, it would be disadvantaged because I'm in range of her, right?
Yeah, it's a
Is it
spell
just like
attack, so it follows those same kind of spell attack rules that like a bolt or like an Eldritch Blast would, right?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So I'll just swing while she's still turned away from me.
Yeah, she was focusing on beating the crap out of Blind Ruba, so she's a little distracted right now.
Oof.
But yeah, the 12 will just clank right across her armor, just kind of scrapes metal.
Hey, look at me! Damn it!
And yeah, she kind of spins around.
How's she looking, by the way?
Mildred, out of any of them, is doing just fine. She's
Okay.
kind of hardier than the others, so even though she's gotten a bit beat up, she's doing all right. Couple cuts on her face.
Perfect. Okay. That's my turn.
Very well. That'll bring us to Kaj.
Okay.
So
what's
you-
it
yeah.
cost me?
Kaj, you and Luke are like standing up, having like this duel on top of the giant ice wall.
Let me see if I'm gonna just look at him or not.
So what do you want to do?
Actually, fine. All right. I'm gonna turn to him. And where'd it go? Here it is. Oof, no, I'm not.
Yeah, a 9 to hit will not hit him.
Okay. And then I'm gonna bonus action have City teleport me again. Down onto the ground.
Very well.
And he just has a dex save, I think.
All right.
Oh, that's the damage. But
Yeah, dex save, and he rolls a 6,
okay.
which is miserable for a rogue.
Yeah, it's like a 1 or something. All right, and then that'll be my turn.
Very well. Yes, we took 6 damage, right?
Yeah.
Very well. Yeah, he gets burned a little bit. If that's the end of your turn, that'll pass us immediately to his turn. He's kind of like a little bit frustrated by you. Stop running away from me! He hops down off the wall to pursue you. Trying to have a fight here,
Listen, man, I'm not here to hurt you guys.
but that's part of the competition.
Well, they're here to hurt you guys.
And I'm here to hurt you. He slashes at you with one dagger and just instantly fucking misses. You missed the second one too. All right.
Come
Well, yeah, he swipes at you and just kind of you duck out of the way of both stabs. Stop running away, he says as he's desperately trying to slice at you. That's all he can
Nope.
do. So he'll
Alright.
just end his turn there. All right. Then Sunrise is next to act. She's not concentrating on blindness anymore.
So we can get rid of that. And she will just sort of turn to Tibbs and just use her last cast of missiles of warmth and cold. And just 4 missiles, and she's gonna aim 3 cold ones at Tibbs and 1 at herself.
A cold one at herself?
A warm one at herself.
Dang.
She's like, fuck it, I'm going out.
Yeah, I'll just...
I go
Going out on my own
for-
terms.
You didn't win. You didn't win. So that's gonna be 11 damage to Tibbs.
Take
11 cold damage. And she heals herself for 4. And then let's see. See where she can go. You know what? She's gonna stay put. Never mind. Not worth it. That'll bring us to your turn, Tibbs.
Do I have to use an action to break out of this ice?
Yes.
I'll do that.
All right. Yeah. So you spend an action just kind of smashing up the ice at your feet. And you clear it, and you can now move your feet again.
I will walk up. Bonus action. We'll do second wind. Regain 9 HP. And that'll be my turn.
Very well. Then that of course brings us to Ruva, but Ruva's down. Which will bring us to Meldred.
R.I.P.
Lamau.
And so Meldred just swings her warhammer at Gale.
Do what you want. Coward.
That's going to be a dirty 20.
Yes, hit me. Do it. All
Um,
according to plan.
That's like the Batman. Come on, hit me, hit me.
that's going to hit you for 10 bludgeoning, Gale.
Sure. Good thing I've got temp. As a reaction. My favorite spell.
I
It's
think
the
I
only
know
one
what's
you can
coming.
reliably hit.
The only thing that does damage for me.
That is
Alright.
some ass damage.
It's
Wow.
not great.
I talk it up and it does trash.
She'll make her dex save as you cast
Ooh.
Hellish Rebuke, just for chat's benefit. And if she fails it, then she'll take the full 7.
Woof.
7 damage on a 3d10. She does fail it, so she'll take the full 7.
Let's go.
Wow.
Nice.
That sucked.
Dex not her strong suit. She's
Yeah,
wearing
we
some
need-
pretty heavy armor.
Oh, I forgot to use the sword thing. Fuck.
Alrighty. Yeah, so she kind of, as she smashes you with that damage, she kind of explodes into those flames and they kind of burn at her as she tries to pat them out. But that's all she's gonna do. So that'll end her turn. And well, that'll bring us right to your turn, Gil.
All right,
up.
well, let's go swinging, I guess. Let myself fuck up.
Let's go.
Nice.
9.
Alright. Yeah, 9 damage taken. She's still standing, but she looks pretty battered now.
Nice.
Bleeding heavily.
Nice.
If only my Hellish Rebuke actually did something. All right, that's my turn.
Very well. Gosh, it's now your turn.
All right. For my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Very well.
And I'm going to like be aware of the way Tibbs and Gil's fights are going, but I'm also just going to take the dodge action right here. Prevent Luker from hitting me.
That's 2 bonus to your AC, right?
Yep.
Okay. I just wanted to remind myself. Alright, if that's the end of your turn, then Luker's just going to stab away at you. So you were 14, now you're at 16?
Yep.
So it'll be a little harder. First one misses. But the second one does actually hit you. But it'll be a little
Okay.
lower damage. It's not his poison dagger, and it's doesn't have anything else added to it. No modifier on the damage roll. So that'll just be another 4 piercing.
Taking. It's con save.
All right. Yeah, you keep Shield of Faith up. And that's the end of his turn. Which will bring us to Sunrise. Who is out of her good spell. But that's alright. She's going to cast Sunbeam on Tibbs, which is a save, so it doesn't have disadvantage. Same thing she cast on Ruva at the beginning. She's got one more though, so she might as well cast it.
What kind save?
It's a con save, yeah.
Oh, I'm good at these.
You are good at that.
I'm very good at these.
That's a
I was
25.
just
It's a
about,
natural
I
20.
was just
so-
about to say, don't say that, but
It
okay.
doesn't
time
matter. I
the,
always fuck him up anyway.
The bravado worked out that time because that was a natural 20.
Go.
So yeah, you're not blinded. You manage to shield your eyes in time, and you actually feel that little bit of warmth, and you heal for 1 hit point as well.
Fuck yeah.
She just kind of, well, that didn't work out, but you can have the healing. It's not too bad.
Thank you.
That's all she's gonna do. She's not gonna try to run away. So it's your turn, Tib.
I'm gonna swing at her. Oh, okay, well.
You swing at her, and she ducks it.
Okay. Okay. That's all I can do. So,
Fair enough.
turn.
And that brings us to a rather wounded Meldred, who's just gonna swipe away at Gale again.
Hit me like a minute.
Yeah, she kind of notices that like Sunrise looks a little beat up, so she's kind of gonna like pivot around Gale to try to get a bit closer to her.
Hey, hey, hey.
But she's not gonna actually leave your range because she still wants to smash you.
Yeah, smash me.
So she's gonna swipe at you. 15 misses you, right? You're 16.
Yeah, I got a shield.
Let's
Haha.
go.
So you bring your shield up. It kind of rattles your arm a little bit, but you block the damage. And so that'll bring us to your turn, Gale.
Fuck her up. Fuck her up.
My turn.
Let's go.
Another 25.
Nice.
That'll definitely
Nice.
pierce through the armor.
A 10
so
damage.
you're one-handing with your shield, so you have
That's correct.
10 damage.
Pog.
And 10 damage is just enough to knock her clean off her feet.
Nice.
And she collapses to the ground, and Anthony waves his hand and snaps his fingers and teleports her right out of the arena.
I throw my hands in the air. Yeah!
Let's go.
Let's go. That's my turn.
Very well. And that'll bring us to Kaj.
All right, yeah. For my action, I'm just gonna focus on dodging again, and then I'm gonna send for my bonus action. I'm gonna send City forward and have him shoot some fire at Sunrise.
All right.
12. That it. She's probably the same as me.
It's a
12
one-off.
is just shy. Yeah, it is one off.
Okay. All right.
So
that is my
she
turn.
manages to duck that too. She's a bunny. They tend to be limps are pretty quick. So
Spry.
so she's just kind of ducking and dodging. She's pretty beat up, but she's keeping herself alive. Is that all, Kaj?
Yep.
Alrighty. And that brings us to Luker, who is going to. Well, he's committed to this path now, so he's just going to continue. he's quite cross with the fact that he hasn't downed you yet.
When you dive the healer and miss all your shots.
Yeah. Yeah.
The tank dies before you.
He's like, I'm gonna die with this. I will kill you.
DPS focusing the healer, and he just can't do it. All right. That's gonna be first one's gonna hit.
Oof.
So that'll be 5 piercing from the slash itself, and another 2 from the poison.
Okay. Take it.
And he's gonna swipe at you one more time.
Uh-oh.
Only 14 for that next one.
All right, fair enough. Yeah. Shield of Faith is down, so actually that will make it hit. He rolled a 14 dead on.
No.
So he rolls his damage, but he rolled a 4.
Wow.
I think that's one off
Unlucky
your.
for him.
Yeah, you're at 5, right?
I'm at 1 health right now. Yeah.
All right. Well, then you just shy of getting you.
Ooh, close.
Woo!
All right. Then that's all he can do. So he will end his turn and pass it on to Sunrise, who is just going to use a different touch spell on Tibber.
Stop it.
And she's going to use Icy Grasp, which is basically just Shocking Grasp, but doesn't have any of the other effects. And doesn't get advantage on it doesn't get advantage on armor people. This is just ice. But that will actually hit you, Tib.
But
Not bad. She just puts her cold hands on your neck, yeah, too. That would feel awful. She's gonna hit you for 7 cold. And that'll be the end of your turn. So it's now your turn, Tibbs.
through the power of friendship, I will prevail. I'm swiping at her.
Bye-bye.
I assume that hits.
It does indeed.
So 6.
Oof.
Ooh.
Not good.
Well, 7 is still sufficient.
Let's go.
Knocks her clean off her feet, and she collapses. And she's teleported out of the arena.
Through the power of friendship, I will run. And I will end my turn.
Oh, hey, Tibbs.
Yeah, what's up?
Very well, you end your turn.
Yes.
Which brings us to past Ruva, past Mildred, past Anders, and all the way to Gale.
Tibber's duck.
Okay.
And I will use 2 charges on the Ring of the Ram.
Very well.
Ayo.
Ow.
This is gonna hurt.
That's gonna hurt.
Yep, it hits him.
Wow. That's pitiful damage.
No way.
Wow.
That
That
is
sucks.
amazing.
So 8 bludgeoning or force. Is it force? Yeah, it's
Oof. He does get
Um,
knocked 10 feet.
8 damage on 4d10 is brutal. But sorry, how far is it?
It's 5 feet per charge, and I used 2, so 10 feet.
All right. Yeah, he hits the wall. I'll roll a little bit of bludgeoning damage since he hit the wall. Because I think that would knock him clean off his feet. So I'll roll a bit of bludgeoning. He's going to take an extra 4 bludgeoning from hitting the wall.
Nice.
That'll be my turn.
Very well. And that rolls us right around to Kaj. What do you do, Kaj?
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to convince myself with my last slot. And I guess I'll just command City to come and shoot some fire at him.
All right. Yeah, go for it. 23 hits.
All right, and then his damage is different. Where you at, buddy? Nice.
All right. So he takes 6 fire damage as that seed of flame slams into him and burns at his skin.
And
Alright.
that'll be it for me.
Very well. Then next in the turn order is well, it's Luker. You know what? He's committed to this path so far. He's just got to go for it. At least
I believe in him.
I have to accomplish this.
Yeah, you're pretty close. Come on.
All right. Dagger 1. Gonna hit. That's gonna hit for 5 plus 1. Hey, what are you at right now as he rolls this last
I'm
one?
at
Guys,
2
what are
right
you
now.
at? 2?
Come on.
All right, so he's got to get a chance of doing it if he hits this. Oh, he hits it. All right.
All right.
Okay, this is unmodified with his second dagger. So if he rolls a 1 on this dice, then he does not kill you.
That would be so tragic.
That would be devastating for him. You rolled a 3.
Okay.
Aw.
Good job.
All right. So with his last little gasps, he's pretty beat up himself. He desperately stabs at Kaj and manages to catch you in the stomach, and you kind of collapse to the ground, Kaj. And you awake, staring at the sky, on the grass outside the arena.
Oh, thank you.
That'll be the end of Luker's turn. So Tibbs, it's all you.
Walk up, I'm bonk up.
Uh, 18 does hit. Roll your damage.
I will use my last thing to attempt to trip attack him. Strength
Uh-huh.
saving throw, DC 14.
Yeah, he fails it.
He gets
Rolled a
trip
2.
attacked.
2.
Takes a bunch of damage. 19 damage.
It's way more than sufficient.
I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
when comically, if I trip him and he's falling, also hit him with the butt of the sword to knock him out.
Yeah, you knock him off his feet, and while he's still in midair, you just bring the pommel of your sword right down on his forehead, and it just slams him into the ground, and he just stops moving.
Oh my god.
And he's teleported out of the arena. And as that happens, the crowd just goes absolutely insane. They're all on their feet cheering from that finishing move, and the crowd just kind of continues to applaud for quite a while.
Let's go!
We did it.
And Ruva and Kaj, you guys are back on your feet, and as the crowd is applauding for those two, the nurse who kind of tended to you, she just kind of pushes you guys to go step into the arena too.
Okay.
Go on,
Yeah,
take your
before I
chances.
go, I'm just going to walk past. You guys did great. Good job. Hey, you got me. I'm going to point at Luker.
He looks pissed still. He's kind of lying flat on his back. He's got a big mark on his forehead. But Meldred kind of shakes your hand, and so does Sunrise. And Anders just kind of quietly in a soft voice is just like, congratulations.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Good job, y'all.
Did so well. Sunrise, that whole blinding thing was very effective.
Thank you. I wasn't really sure how it was going to work, but it did all right. And so you guys all take your places off, ushered into the center of the arena to the applause of the crowd. And so you guys take your place before the Magister. And the crowd kind of continues to cheer for you guys until eventually Anthony actually has to shut them down again. All right, all right. It would appear that we have our victors. So it would seem. Victorious in the combat trial and victorious in 2 other trials as well. That would plant you squarely as our victors, you 4. And the crowd cheers again, kicking up into another uproar. And he just kind of lets them applaud for a while, and he actually kind of steps towards you guys and doesn't amplify his voice. He just talks directly to you guys. And he says, "Congratulations, you 4. If it is your desire, you will be welcomed into the King's Guard of Eudora. Is that your desire?"
Heck yes.
Yep, Couch will nod.
It is why you came here today. But we would want your approval of it, of course. In case you changed your mind. Now then, there's one last business to attend to. This trial was for 5 new members of the King's Guard. The 4 victors from the winning team. If you're referring to your friend there, that's not to whom I refer. Your friend over there has already been inducted into our group.
And she didn't tell us?
She will serve a different purpose than the knights. It'll be explained to you after. No, what I refer to by 5 members is 4 members from the winning team and 1 member from the losing team who has distinguished themselves most. And so, as the crowd applauds around you, who do you feel from the losing team would best fit the King's Guard?
Bunny girl.
I will take your opinion into
Does it
mind
have to
before we make the decision.
be unanimous?
No, just he wants to hear your opinion. He wants to know what you guys think since you guys are joining. You just fought them, so you would have a good sense of them. Who do you feel?
Well, I'll be honest. They kind of work best as a team. So I don't think I could pick just one.
I see.
I
It's
can.
between you.
Mildred.
It's between Sunrise and Mildred for me.
The bunny girl. Definitely the bunny girl.
Okay, I'm gonna look at Gale and Tiveri. I'm gonna flip an actual coin in my room really quick.
Well,
Fair
if
enough.
it means anything, I would think Sunrise is my number 2.
Heads or tails, Gale?
Whatever wins. Tails.
Okay.
He's done it. He's cracked heads or tails.
All right, it is Sunrise.
Ayo.
All right. Then yeah, if that's no vote from you, Ruva, then I suppose the sway will go towards Sunrise.
Mildred, then.
I think you've already given your vote, but
Knock her ass out.
Contrarian.
yeah. Anthony kind of like strokes his chin for a second, and says, "Very well. Take your opinion into consideration. We were considering Limsa as well." He kind of takes a moment to walk over to this group over here.
I mean, Mildred kind of beat our ass. I'm gonna be honest. She hurt.
Well, that's why I would have. I mean, they work the best together, though.
I gave Sunrise the vote for knocking me off from the rest of the team. That was pretty good.
She was pretty good at being creative and just kind of like controlling stuff. with the
You
ice.
have to remember that the ice was partially Anders as well. She couldn't have done that without Anders.
Is that why
Yeah.
she froze Tiber's feet?
I
Though
didn't get to
she,
see enough of Anders to give him a vote, though.
Yeah, he
that's
just
what I'm
kind of
saying.
summoned a wall and then I beat him up.
I was just saying that they work together. That's all.
As Anthony kind of makes his way back over with Sunrise, you see Mildred and Anders kind of patting her on the back and congratulating her. And Lucre's just kind of like sitting on the ground, kind of hugging his knees, looking mad in the background. But they make their way over to your group, and Anthony kind of takes his place back with the other Kingsguard and says, "Well then," now echoing his voice out to the crowd, "I give you your new Kingsguard Knights." And the crowd erupts once more in cheers, all standing on their feet to applaud you. Now then, I imagine you lot are quite exhausted.
I could go a little bit more.
Fair enough, but we won't ask any more of you for now. But you may find yourselves a place at the barracks to rest if you need it. But the king will want to have a word with you as soon as you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Well then, right this way to the barracks. And he holds out a hand in this direction.
So are you with us now, Sunrise?
Well, with the king's card at least, not with you guys in particular.
She has her own friends, guys.
Hmm.
Hey, congrats, Pav. We heard the good news.
Yeah.
Pavlova's kind of like standing up on part of the fence, so that she can kind of be a little taller, and she's kind of cheering you guys on. You guys did it! I knew that you
Hell
would.
yeah. It was
Uh-huh.
easy.
Me too.
Of course, such a thing would be easy for you guys. But congratulations again.
Thank you.
Congrats to you, Pav. How'd yours go?
Oh, well, nothing as fancy as all those trials. They just need scholars and administration for the spy masters, and well, I seem to suit the role.
Well done.
You are pretty good at that.
Things. That's perfect for you, Pat.
Yeah, a lot of us probably would have been stumped with all that.
Well, thank you. I think it's quite suited to me as well.
Oh, this is Sunrise. She also
Oh.
is joining us.
Nice to meet you.
Well, she's joining the King's Guard.
Yeah, she's not joining your group of 4. She's just joining the group of like 17, 20 people.
That's what I meant, but he's being obtuse.
Fair enough. Well, it's nice to meet you, Sunrise, and you as well. And you guys are kind of like ushered out before the crowd by some of the other Kingsguard members, so that you can beat all the other people who are kind of meandering their way off the risers. And so you guys are shown kind of back out front of the barracks and off to into the sort of main building, where there is a actually I should copy the entire group.
Squad.
And a rabbit.
Wow.
All right. Yes. Here. So you guys are shown into the barracks, which are just kind of like old-looking stone hallways that lead off into a long, rather crowded bedroom with many beds across the walls and tables at the center.
Oh, it's just like home, guys.
It really is.
Yeah, you guys settle in. It does feel vaguely reminiscent of the bedrooms in the orphanage, because there's many beds across all the walls, each with their own little chest. So Anthony kind of makes his way inside, and behind you guys as you filter in, other members from the audience who you recognized as Kingsguard all begin to filter in as well.
Wow.
And so things get more and more busy in here as they all kind of go about their business. As they pass you guys by, they kind of give you pats on the backs and handshakes for your performance. All kind of giving you, well done, and the like. As
Thanks.
they all applaud you. You get a couple, congrats, a couple, you'll fit well in this group. And yeah, so you guys can grab empty beds and kind of pack things in, put things away that you don't need to take with you. But as Anthony said, you are scheduled to meet the king.
Well, I don't have anything to put away. I'm good to go.
Yeah, I didn't bring all that much either.
Can't bring much when you don't have much.
Did you guys leave anything back at the inn?
No?
Did Gale bring his skull?
I got to go back to the inn. I kind of left a few things like my rock and my skull.
All right.
We're
I
gonna
should
do that
probably
before or
check,
after?
but
No, yeah, we can do it after. It's fine. I don't need it right now.
It's up to you.
No, let's go to the thing first.
what, are we supposed to go like this?
Yes.
This is all we've got. Riva.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
That's all I've got, at least.
These are the only clothes I brought.
Can't imagine they expect much.
Mm, I suppose we are orphans after all. But not anymore. Now we're still orphans, but we're now part of the night sky.
All right. Yeah, time to leave.
We're gonna have to work on that one, Riva.
What an awkward
I'm-
moment.
Are you okay?
trying to be optimistic here.
You were knocked out pretty hard, huh?
And blinded.
Yeah, sorry, I was blocked off from you for one turn, and then
What's a turn?
Oh, did it
like
take
6 seconds or so, you know.
only
Ah.
6 seconds for me to die?
Yeah, I thought it was up
I
there pretty quick.
I think it took like 3 or 4 increments of 6, but
It did seem pretty fast. However, time sort of is hard to tell what's passing when you're blind, so
Mm.
Yeah, so Pavlova and the Magister are waiting by the door for you guys. Are you ready then?
yes, sir.
Yep.
of course.
Very well. Let us make our way to the King's Meadow.
Fancy.
All right. Yeah, I know. Don't you check it out? I'm just teasing.
That clothing line sort of does look like it if you just see it.
A little bit, yeah. The corner of your eye. The honestly, the shirt on the bed also does. Also,
That's dark.
I do have a tendency of putting corpses on beds. That was something that I've done before in several campaigns. So I wouldn't blame anybody for thinking that was a corpse. All right. So it's just a short walk. In D&D, Chibi. Not in real life. Alrighty. Let's let this map load because I don't think we've even gone through
Short
this.
walk from pixel to pixel.
Yeah, it's just a couple pixels down. Alrighty. So, yeah, you guys make your way from the barracks down the short walk along the promenade towards the King's Meadow, and you arrive at these towering gates where several guardsmen haul them up to allow you to enter. And so you make your way past the large portcullis and into the, well, can only be described as the King's Meadow. So, as you make your way,
Oh,
through the
wow.
gate, you find yourselves in a sprawling wildflower meadow. Flowers of all shapes and colors all blend throughout the landscape, bordering ponds and towering statues. On the far side of the long walk, you can see two guards waiting, all in front of this massive twin stone door.
Wow.
It's so pretty. I don't think I've seen as many flowers since the island.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up one of the red ones and
Farewell.
a purple one.
You're just gonna get out of the flowers, Tips.
Let's take away one too.
There's
Yeah,
a-
okay.
The
There's
guards,
a lot of them, but I'm sure it'll be
the
fine.
guards and Anthony don't seem to mind.
Those are the king's flowers.
Were.
Wow.
I'm sure he'll be fine. He has thousands more.
I was told there would be at least 1 million flowers.
Someone counted all of them.
Oh, there's probably 999,000 now. My fault.
Anthony kind of stops in front of the two doors and says, "This is where I must leave you. I have business to attend to myself."
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
Surely
Thank you
someone
so
within the
much.
castle will be able to direct you towards the king's quarters.
All right.
With that, he just vanishes.
Oh, that's not alarming.
I don't know how to do that. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I gotta admit that.
You
I
nod to the guards as they're walking past him.
They give you little salutes. Clearly, they've been informed of your arrival. And you make your way inside. Now, let me just copy you guys without. Let's do it like that. We'll do it without Anthony. And so you guys make your way through the twin stone doors and into castle. And so you find yourself in a large stone entrance hall. An old-looking carpet leads all the way along the floor, and hearths lit at the far end cast the entire thing into sort of an orange glow. Suits of armor line both walls, also clearly quite old. But you get the sense that the castle feels a little empty. Off to your left, you can see a man standing and kind of he's wearing an apron and he's hammering out a dent in the suit of armor.
You need one of these suits, Tibbs.
Yeah, maybe I'll ask the king if he gives them away.
Excuse me.
He turns to face you guys and looks you all up and down and says, "Ah, you must be the new Kingsguard."
Yes. We're supposed to go see the king?
Hmm. Indeed, I can show you the way.
Yes, please. Thank you.
He's not in the throne room currently, so it might be harder to find him. I'll take you right there, to the Spymaster's library. My name is Lawrence, by the way.
I'm Ruva. Nice
Nice to
to
meet you, Lawrence.
Hello.
Oh, I'm Kaj. This big guy here's Tibbs.
I'm-
Back here's Gale, and this little friend of ours is Pavlova.
Hello. She waves. Well then, no need to delay. I'll take you right there. And he leads you over towards this door.
Notes.
And so he kind of leads you through some winding stone hallways, and they feel much like the entrance hall. They feel a little bit empty. And he kind of asks you as you're walking, "Have you been here in Eudora long?"
First time
Look
for
at-
me.
A day, I think.
Well, welcome to the city. It's quite something.
A lot bigger than the other one.
And how'd the trial go?
We won.
Clearly, you performed quite well if you're standing here.
I think that everyone performed well, but thank you.
It's a nice sentiment.
Oh, we weren't supposed to bring sunshine, were we?
No.
Okay.
I'm sure she'll make it here on her own.
No, yeah. Sunrise is in the Kingsguard, but you guys were specifically called here for a reason.
Okay.
Like the rest of the Kingsguard is not attending.
They're gonna kill us.
Yeah, this is the part where I just murder all of you and then we make the character.
Yay!
Oh yeah, so Lawrence leads you guys through the halls and eventually comes to sort of a more open room. Where oh, you're already here. Wow, imagine that. Where you can see kind of sun streaming in through the windows between the blinds. It's just right this way. Oh, hang on, I gotta get the tab level. You know what? This is faster. Yeah, so as you enter this kind of like larger hall, you can see two wooden doors off to your right that Lawrence is kind of gesturing towards. But you can also see a maid who's just kind of dusting a large amount of dust and cobwebs off of some of the curtains. But the moment that she sees you guys, she spins around and you kind of see her turn bright red. And she says, "Oh, I didn't realize you were here so soon." And then she kneels.
and says, Prince Lawrence, I didn't realize that you'd be accompanying them. At ease, Amelia. At ease. No worries. Just continue on with your duties. She turns bright red again and stands back up. Of course. Sorry, Your Majesty. And Lawrence just kind of chuckles to himself and says, "It's right this way." And he pushes the 2 doors open to allow you guys to enter. Let's adjust that name tag. And so you guys make your way into the Spymaster's library, which is a long room lined with bookshelves and lit by candlelight. Inside, at the head of a long ornate table, you can see a noble-looking man with graying hair sitting quietly with a teacup. And sitting next to him is a young man with sort of prematurely white hair, who you recognize from the trial. He was watching the entire thing.
Mhm.
Also standing in the room, just kind of at attention, off to the corner, are 2 more people in full armor. And so as Lawrence makes his way in, he says, "Here you are, Father. The King's Guard you requested." And the man at the end of the table says, "Thank you, Lawrence. That'll be all." And he just kind of gives a little nod and walks out, leaving you guys alone here with the king. And the king just gestures to the table and says, "Come, my friends, sit."
Say less.
Now then, I imagine you've been hurried around quite a lot by all sorts of people this past day. Is that correct?
They've been keeping us busy.
And I suppose I'm guilty of doing that to you as well. Bustling you off to the castle so soon.
I think we're all okay with it. I think, especially Tibbs here has some excess energy from the trial.
Nothing I can't handle.
Well then, as long as you're all right with it. We've not the time for pomp and ceremony. We've business to attend to. He looks towards the man who's just been kind of sitting quietly. Now then, suppose you'll be wanting to speak for me then. Is that right, Abel? And you see the man at the table just ever so slightly blush a little bit, and then says, "Of course not, Your Majesty. But I would like to, well, explain why I asked them here." Carry on, Abel. Carry on. The man kind of leans forward and says, "I suppose I ought to introduce myself. I'm Abel Dawson, King's head spy master. You might have seen me at your trial."
Mm-hmm.
We did.
Well, he kind of pauses for a moment, and the king just laughs and goes, "Abel here was the one who sponsored you lot. He's the reason you're sitting here."
Oh.
Yep.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Abel just is quietly just kind of red. Well, I took notice of what you did with Silvervine, and I thought that you would also have a stake in my own investigation. He tosses a piece of paper down onto the table, and you recognize the mark on it.
Mhm.
Looks familiar, correct?
Yep.
Indeed.
Well, that's been my task for the past few months. He looks actually at you, Ruva, and says, "Been quite busy with it yourself, have you not?"
Perhaps. Ruva just smiles.
And like me, I imagine you were probably quite unsuccessful.
That's definitely an accurate word.
Well then, that's why you're all here. We're going to work together. And we're going to find this fellow. Now, I imagine if you spent any time traveling in Middlemere, you're no stranger to the fact that things have been changing.
Yep, I'm gonna nod.
Glory Bell in turmoil. All the silver in their mines turned to stone. I think we all know why that happened. And it was necessary. But we still must face the consequences of it. The unfortunate part is the merchants leaving. When the merchants departed, they took most of the business with them. We have a lot of folk out of jobs in Glory Bell. We have a lot of hungry stomachs. And so all of Eudora has been sending relief shipments south to Tradewater and to Glory Bell and even to Belissander. But therein where we have a problem. You see, none of the caravans that we've sent south have arrived at their destination. They seem to be intercepted, stopped before they can provide for the needy. Now, at first I thought perhaps just bandits, roving marauders, taking advantage of a good opportunity. But then I mapped out the attacks. It's far too coordinated for independent bandit gangs. It's coordinated. It's precise. Someone is leading them. He taps the paper on the table. I think you all know who I'm talking about.
I'm gonna look over at Ruva.
Well, it makes sense. But I'm not sure exactly who is behind it all.
That is the problem. It's been quite secretive. I have no clue to the leader's identity. All I've got is just a moniker, a nickname that rogues and bandits seem to call him. The Bandit King, he is known in these parts. But as for who it is, still no luck. But hopefully, now with all of us together, we can turn the tables on that. You see, in a recent bandit strike, we got very lucky. Some of the Kingsguard were in the area, and though they killed some of the bandits, We took one alive. He's in the prisons of the King's Meadow as we speak. Now, I've tried my best to interrogate the fellow, but I've had no luck. He's not responded to anything. It's possible even he doesn't know the identity of the leader. If the Bandit King has covered his tracks so thoroughly. But in order to facilitate such coordinated strikes on our caravans, he will need to be issuing orders. And so if this bandit had orders, then he's got a spot to return to as well. I've not been able to pry it out of him where he plans to meet with his other compatriots. But I think I've come up with a plan where you can get that information for me.
Okay.
What do you have in mind?
You see, we have rotations of the King's Guard through the prisons. This fellow, he's familiar with some of our faces, but you lot, you're brand new. He's not seen you before. So my plan is for you to spring him from prison. With a little charade. A little stage play. Pretend that you're infiltrators on behalf of the Bandit King. You've snuck your way into the King's Guard, and now you're here to free him. And you're here to whisk him off to his meeting spot. Earn his trust. And help us find the source. Does that make sense?
So we just gotta act like bad guys.
Indeed. But you might
Okay.
be thinking to yourself, well, he might not believe us, right? He motions behind him to the two guards who are standing here. He goes, "That's where Ed and Effie come in. You're going to murder them." And the two of them just kind of give you big grins and salutes. Aye, aye. Ed here is one of my most loyal city watchmen. And Effie, a talented illusionist. So if you catch my drift, you're going to murder them in front of our prisoner in order to earn his trust.
I guess, yeah.
I'll leave the
That could be
detail.
arranged.
I will leave the details of it to you four, proving yourselves more than capable of such a thing. But when you've got a plan, propose it to Effie, and she'll work with her illusions to realize it.
Okay. I feel like Ruba has ideas.
One last thing. On your escape, I'll have you take the underground passages out of the castle. I don't want you passing by more Kingsguard members and other guards of the castle. Only the people in this room know of the plan. In order to avoid too many prying ears, you understand?
Of course.
Sure.
Nuts.
There's a closet at the back of the prisons that opens into a secret passage. You can leave the city by those means, with the prisoner in tow. From there, just act as bodyguards. Accompany the prisoner to wherever he should want to go. so long as it seems like he's headed towards a meeting spot. If the Bandit King is indeed covering his traces as thoroughly as it seems, then I imagine lots of his own members are in the dark about all the details. We shall use that strength against him. This bandit must have a meeting spot, but that doesn't mean that you lot, even if you're working for the Bandit King, would know it. After all, he keeps his own folk in the dark too. So play the part of bandits, of moles who have slipped their way into the Kingsguard, and have him believe you.
I'm pretty good at playing dumb.
Very well. I will give you time to prepare for the journey. We needn't do it today. If you have things to gather in Eudora, preparations to make, people to say goodbye to, I'll allow time for that. Return to the King's Meadow when you're ready, and you can explain the plan to Effie. Are we all in
Understood.
agreement?
Sure.
We are.
Yes.
He kind of smiles a little bit. Good. That's a relief. I'll place my trust in you lot. I know you're plenty capable. He takes a little pouch out of his pocket and then just kind of slides it across the table towards Tibber, I guess.
Quick question.
Yes.
The group that you fought, that the King's Guard fought, were any of them wearing armor?
Roughshod armor.
Like heavy
Scrapped
plate
together.
armor?
Not particularly, no. Scrapped together,
Okay.
bits of leather, scraps.
Okay, that's fine.
Did they also have masks?
The one that we kept the one that we took prisoner did. The others, no.
I see.
Hence why I figured he might be a little more integral.
I'll look in the pouch he slid, I guess.
Yeah, there's a sending stone in it.
Hmm.
If you'd like to keep in
Oh.
contact with me to update me during your travels, I'd be greatly obliged. But of course, make sure that the prisoner doesn't see you when you're using it.
Yeah, sure. And I'll throw it to Kosh.
Okay. Understood.
The king pulls like a sack of gold out of his own pockets and places it on the table. If you've preparations to make, then I will aid you in doing so. You are King's Guard now. You're one of us.
Would that include, by chance, a set of armor?
Armor is what you seek. I'm sure some of the King's Guard have spare sets. We were going to get you fitted in the next couple of days, but this mission takes precedence. Safety of my people. And the
Thank you, sure.
stomachs of the needy take precedence, but you can speak with some of the other King's Guard and see if any match your build.
Okay, thank you.
He gives you a nod. So he just kind of slides the parcel of coin towards Gale and says, I'm afraid that this is all we can spare. We spent quite a lot on relief efforts.
Sure. He puts it away.
Gail, you might want to give that to Kosh as
To me?
well. Yes.
Are we not splitting it?
We will. I was just. That's kind of weird to do in front of the king.
Yeah, we can figure all that out later. It's okay.
So I have a question, sir. By Majesty.
Directed at the king.
Yes.
Very well. Speak your mind.
So do we get to see the prison and start there to like plant the seed?
Abel actually speaks up, since it's his plan. Not until the night of the escape. I don't want any biases in his mind when he meets you. I want you to appear to him as saviors first.
All right, that's fair. That works for me.
I can describe him for you if that's what you're looking for. But I've not even been able to get a name out of him.
A description would be nice. Thank you.
Medium build, little thin, black-haired, elven fellow. Rather young.
Interesting. Thank you.
Now then, as I said, contact me when your preparations are complete, and we'll begin the plan.
Yes, of course.
Will do.
May we be dismissed?
Yeah, the king kind of stands from his chair and says, you all are dismissed. Good luck with your plan. And Godspeed.
Thank you.
Yeah, you guys kind of make your way over to the door. And as you guys kind of walk through the door, you actually hear Abel say, Ruva, if you wouldn't mind, a word.
Of course.
So he lets you, the rest of you, kind of filter out of the room, and he just speaks privately with Ruva. Even privately from the king as well. He just kind of is talking quietly with you. But the king clearly trusts Abel. So he just kind of, under his breath, just, I'd rather be upfront with you. I've looked into your past. I've only got tiny slivers of details. But some of it seems dicey, if you will. But I save subterfuge and tricks for my enemies, not my comrades. So simply, I'd like to ask you, can I trust you? He just looks kind of perfectly earnest.
You can trust me.
Good. He reaches out his hand.
Ruva takes it.
He just shakes your hand and smiles. I'm glad. You seem a powerful ally, and I'd rather have you on my team.
I believe that perhaps it is best to have you on my side as well.
He gives you kind of a small grin. I'd say so.
Then Ruva's face just like brightens up and smiles. Thank you so much.
Very well then. We'll speak again once you're ready. Take
Mhm.
care.
Of course.
And so yeah, you guys leave the Spy Master's library.
and head back out into the walkway. Lawrence is gone. Love here. And so you guys are sort of escorted back out of the castle by this this maid who's been patiently waiting dutifully by to lead you guys. Just this way.
My path.
Thank you, Amelia.
I seem to be seeing double.
Oh, is she? Oh, she's down there. It was off my screen, so I didn't know. Yeah, so you guys are escorted back out of the castle to prepare for your plan, and that's where we'll end the session for today.
Oh, big stuff.
Sheesh.
I wanted to go a little bit longer, so I apologize if anybody needs to run or anything, but I wanted to just do that setup so that we didn't have to begin with that next time.
Thank goodness it's not
Oh, good.
Basat. Oh,
Give you guys some time to think for next session.
Yeah.
All right, so next time you guys can take care of whatever you need to do in Eudora, and then begin the scheme.
The reverse heist.
Yeah, exactly.
Oi, oi.
The baddies.
Yeah, legally.
it's gonna be easy. It's not Basat, so
Fair enough. Yeah, it is no Basat. Yeah, so while you guys are thinking for next week, you gotta come up with some sort of plan. Again, the guards that you're working with, just a normal guard who is trusted, and the other woman who is an illusionist. So you just gotta describe what you want the death to look like, and she can help you make it look realistic, essentially. You're not literally killing them, you're just making it look as realistic as possible with illusion magic.
There's my plan.
What are you doing? He's gonna murder these people? Oh my god.
They said to kill him, so I'm gonna kill him.
Tibbs, you're gonna get us fired.
Yeah, Tibbs is.
It'll be fine.
Akil, make sure to hand over the funds to Kaj before you go jumping out of trees and somehow it like.
God, Ruva
Goes
pocket
missing
watching
again.
right now.
He gives away all his money.
So the gold is a total of 160, so you can take 48.
Sheesh.
Ayo.
So you get 40?
Yeah, 40 each.
You're just justifying Gale's bad spending habits by giving us gold.
Well, he's covering everything that happened so far in the city, because you're now working for the king.
Pog.
About to lose all
For
my
the
money
king.
again.
All right, so we'll resume again next time. So off the top of our head, does anything interfere with next week?
Nope.
I hope not.
Negative.
Very well. Then we'll continue next week, same time, same day, 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday, and we'll return, and we'll pick up again where we left off. If anything changes, let me know. And yeah, that's where we'll end for today.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. So, I don't think I have any more bookkeeping to do, so we can just kind of wrap up right here. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. It was a great time, and you're a great chat, and you guys are great players. So just all around, a lot of fun.
Thank you for DMing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Of course,
Thank
sure.
you.
It was fun.
Alrighty. So that's really all I have for you tonight. So thanks for watching, everybody. It was great. And I'll see you guys probably on Wednesday. We'll hang out. I'm still planning a couple future little things. Kind of in the meantime. So do probably more planning while I make a map on Wednesday. And yeah.
Twitter, World Anvil,
Yeah.
Discord.
I need to do my links. Alrighty. So if you're new here, you can follow me on Twitter for schedule updates. If I'm changing things around, moving days, or announcing new things, I'll do it there. If you want to join our Discord to discuss the campaigns, to look at the meme channel, to look at the art channel with all sorts of really good stuff, feel free to do so at that link there. If you want to get caught up on old sessions, including the first session of this campaign or even the previous season called Silversong, you can do so on the YouTube archive at that link there. But you can just search my my Twitch username in YouTube and it'll find it. And then, last but not least, if you want to read about the living world of Grand Lorien, where all my campaigns take place, and see the locations, the factions, kingdoms and continents, even the deities that all exist within this world, then you can do your extracurricular reading here at our World Anvil. That link there. So that's where I'll leave you tonight. And well, we got some people here. Let's do your homework. Yeah, exactly. This is an arcane college after all, so you do have to actually do your homework, or we will fail you from your class and you'll be banned from chat. I don't make the rules. I'm the headmaster, but I don't. The rules were in place before I got here, so we're not gonna change them. Alrighty, thank you all for watching. Should I send you somewhere? Go watch Spooky, who's playing Pikmin. That sounds like fun.
Pikmin 3.
Pikmin 3. All right, go watch her. It's great. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.
Bye, Chad.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.